Hello, 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 and welcome. This is I Bring It Every Day, and today we're going to make this heart pillow, which I really enjoyed making it, and I hope you enjoy too. It's very, very comfortable. But this is what you're going to need to get started. You're going to need some blanket yarn, a 10mm hook or a size N in US, some scissors, a yarn needle with a fairly large eye, because blanket yarn's very bulky. And then you're going to need a stitch marker. All right, so let's get started first with a slip knot. So I like to make the loop, pull the yarn behind, and make the loop. And then to get started, we're going to chain 6 fairly tightly. And let's go. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. This is what it should look like. Then we're going to make a ring where you insert the hook through the first chain and then make a slip stitch. And this is how you make the ring, and this is what it should look like. Now we're going to chain 3. This is going to count as our first treble crochet stitch, and this is how you make the treble. So you yarn over twice, then you go into the ring, pull up a loop. You have 4 loops on your hook. You yarn over, and you're going to pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and yarn over, pull through 2. Hence the name of the treble stitch. You do 3 yarn overs and pull through 2 at the end to complete the stitch. And all I'm doing is just pulling the stitches closer together because you want that first row to be fairly tight. And I'm doing the third treble in the sequence. And then we're going to chain 1. And I'm just pulling them closer together. So here's your chain 1. Now we're going to do 3 double crochets in a row. Double crochet as you yarn over, go into the ring, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Let's do it again. Pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Hence the double, you pull through 2 twice. Yeah. That's a little crochet lesson. Then you're going to chain 1. It's the first half of the heart there. Then we're going to do 3 more double crochets in a row. Here's the third one. I'm just adjusting the stitches. We're going to chain 1. Then the last sequence is we're going to do 3 more treble crochets. So you're going to yarn over twice. To start the treble crochet stitch, go into the ring, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. So we're going to do 2 more trebles. It'll be treble crochet stitches. for a total of 3. So you're going to have 12 total stitches in the heart shape. Well, actually, it's stitches with a chain 1 in between each one. And then to end this, oh, sorry, we got to do the last treble. And then we're going to slip stitch in the center of the heart shape. Here we go. And that's a better view of round 1. Now we're going to start round 2. Now what we're going to do, short explanation, is we're going to slip stitch across that first treble crochet to get to the top of it. And you see there are the openings of the stitches on the side. So we're just going to slip stitch across till we get to the top. So there's 1, there's 2. We're going to do 1 more. And now we're at the top of that treble. And we're going to do a chain 2. And the chain 2 is going to count as your first double crochet. So we're going to double crochet over the treble crochets that were done in the first row, in the first sequence of the first row. So now we're going to do 2 more double crochets over the 2 trebles that were in the first row. So this may be a little tight. So I did pull the row tight, but just, take your time. And we're basically going to double crochet for the rest of the heart shape. But I just wanted to do the trebles to get the heart shape slightly larger, quicker. But now the treble crochets are going to be tighter. And then we're going to continue and do the chain 1. And then double crochet over the next 3 double crochets that were on the first row. And here's the last double crochet in that second sequence there. This is what it looks like. So now I'm not going to chain 1 at the bottom of the heart. And this is where you can place a stitch marker. And then I'm just going to continue double crocheting over the top of the stitches in the previous row. But I'm going to chain 1 in between the rest of the sequences. So I've come to the second sequence. Now I'm going to chain 1. And I'm going to crochet over the top of these. So that's end of row 2. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to slip stitch across from the right side to the left side. And I'm going to go through the tops of these stitches. And I'm just illustrating what the V's look like. And I'm just slip stitching across. Can get a little tight, but we're just going to keep going until we reach the end of this row. So this is the beginning of round 3. So we chain 2 for the first double crochet. And we're going to double crochet over all of the double crochets from the previous row. And you're going to chain 1, and then you're going to double crochet over the next sequence. And you're going to continue around till you get 4 rows. Now we're going to do 4 rows, but you can do more. But you just want to make sure that you keep track of your sequences. But I'm going to put the stitch marker at the halfway point. And I should have done this earlier, but here it is. But this will just keep you straight because I'm not chain oneing at the halfway point anymore. Because I'm trying to keep the heart shape, pretty condensed. But this is just to remind you that we're just going through. We're going to just jump over that one and just get started in the double crochet there. And then we're just going to continue the sequences around the shape of the heart for the final row. Well, this is row 3 actually. But that's the general idea of how this works. There you go. And just as a side note, blanket yarn can be a little, some of it's slippery and some of it's not so slippery. So this is, this is an experiment for me, and I really, even though this isn't the normal thing I would use, I really enjoyed making this because it came out, pretty nicely, I thought. But we're just going to continue. So we're back to the top. And this is what the shape looks like. It looks a little wonky, but trust me, once you continue and sew this together, it's going to the shape will take place. And I like to measure it here to see where we're at. We're about 5 inches here. And then we're going to continue and just slip stitch all the way across. And I'm going to speed this up. Slip stitching is not very interesting to watch, but we're just going to slip stitch across to get to that left side of the heart again. So this is the beginning of round 4. So we're at the left hand side of the heart shape, and we're going to continue like we do. We're going to chain 2. And I'm just going to go through this a little quicker, but we're just going to double crochet over the top of the first sequence. The 3 double crochets, chain 1, 3 double crochets. So we're just going to continue our sequence, for the final row. So you're going to 3 double crochet, chain 1, 3 double crochet, jump over the middle, move the stitch marker, 3 double crochet, chain 1, 3 double crochet. And then we're just going to finish off the heart. All right, so we're coming to the end of the row. We're going to finish the last 3 double crochets. And then I'm going to show you what it looks like. Okay. There it is, and I'm going to turn it so you can see a little bit better. But there it is. Okay, so now we're going to turn the heart shape to the reverse, and we're going to stitch that front ridge there using that short tail in the back. You want to do it from the reverse side. And then we're going to proceed and add a little bit of height using a single crochet. We're going to single crochet around the entire shape of the heart. Now I'm going to measure this just to see where we are. We're at about 6 1/4 inches or so. Yep. And then you want to make sure that when you make your second heart that the pieces are the exact size. Okay, so now We're going to single crochet in each chain. So you want to insert the hook through the top chain, pull up a loop, yarn over, and pull through both. Insert the hook, grab a loop, yarn over, and pull through both loops. And you continue around the shape of the heart. So when you finish your single crochets, what you want to do is you want to fasten off, pull the thread through, and then leave a pretty good size tail, maybe 6 or 7 inches. But like I said, I did 2 rows of single crochets, and that gave me a nice 1-inch ridge. So right now I'm stuffing the one side, and then I'm just sort of lining up the heart just for shape. And you want to stuff it as lightly or as tightly as you want. I did sort of in the middle, but I did put a lot of stuffing, I will say. But now what all I'm doing is I'm just going to, with the yarn needle, just connect the 2 sides together. And I'm sort of picking up the loops as I can. And just hand sewing it. And, use whatever method you know. Just to kind of, I'm sort of going loop to loop and just picking up the loops as I can.